Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amore Love. If you're new to my channel, thank you for coming. This is going to be a video of my updated clip-in tutorial. The things you'll need to do this are a pair of scissors, a curved jumbo sewing needle, some glue sticks for a glue gun, then you're going to need a ribbon, preferably a ribbon about this size and a ribbon that is textured. I'm also going to be using clip-in clips. These ones are the color that they are because I'm going to be using blonde hair, and nylon thread. Then I'm going to be using 2 bundles of the 613 Indian blonde hair from my website. If you're going to be using blonde hair like I am in this video, I would definitely recommend using a light tan thread or a blonde thread because it just looks better. No one's going to really see the thread. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your ribbon and measure it starting at the back of your neck up to the top and temples of your head. This is the size of the one I'm going to use all the way at the bottom of the neck. And now I'm going to be showing you how I measure out the hair. So to measure out the hair, I already pre-cut this one, but you want to line the hair up on the ribbon. If you want, you can cut the weft at the same exact length of the ribbon and then just do 3 rows of that. But with me, I really like to minimize the amount of times that I'm cutting the weft. So what I did is actually the fold over method. It's kind of advanced, but as long as you measure it correctly, you should really be fine. So in theory, you should have 3 rows of weft and none of them should be laying on top of each other. And then you'll just cut the weft right there. And that is how you're going to measure for each row of ribbon that you cut. Now what we're going to do is sew on the clip-in clips to the ribbon first. This is very important. You want to do it first because if you glue the hair to the ribbon without sewing the clip-ins on, you are not going to be able to get the thread through the ribbon and the glue and all that. So just make sure you sew the clip-ins on to the ribbon before you glue the hair. So this is what it looks like when all the clips have been sewn onto the ribbons. And now you're going to want to basically glue the hair to the other side of the ribbon. And you can see here, if I had blonde thread or tan thread, it would blend seamlessly. But the parts where you see the thread are going to be against her scalp. So you're not going to see it. It's only, if you're a perfectionist like me, it kind of bothers me, but whatever. So moving on, we're going to begin to take a glue gun with a stick and apply your first row of glue. You only want to work with 1 row at a time because the glue does dry really fast. So if you were to glue the entire back of the ribbon, it would basically dry by the time you get to the top. So do 1 row at a time, and that way you can be very precise. And you really want to press the weft into the glue and the texture of the ribbon. That way it's really going to be stuck in there. It's not going to come off. And you want to squeeze out any excess glue that's oozing out. And I just kind of like to press the glue that's squeezing out, press it down and squeeze it to be flat. And that way it doesn't really bulge out when you lay down the next row. Now just lay down the next row. If you're doing the fold over method like me, you just want to make sure that your corners are tucked really tight. So putting it a little above the first row and pressing down as much as I can to make it as flat as possible, and just taking away that excess glue that squeezes out. And be careful not to get the glue in the hair because when you go to flat iron and style the hair, the glue will melt to the hair. So you definitely don't want to do that. Now I'm going to be doing the last row and I'm just going to fold it over all the way to the end and press out any glue that squeezes out so it's flat. And now you can see where there's excess ribbon hanging out. Basically just take your scissors and trim off any little things that are hanging out, and then you're going to have the perfect clip-in. Make sure you move all the hair out of the way so you don't accidentally cut the hair. It is okay if you kind of cut that piece of thread that's sticking up at the top, but if you don't have to, don't cut it. But because you glued it all down, it's going to stay anyway. So that is my first clip-in. It snaps open with the glue. It's very flat and seamless, even though it's 3 rows of hair. So you just want to continue that process with all of the wefts. And basically when you're done, it's going to look just like this. So as you can see, it's really flat. 3 rows on each ribbon with the clip-ins sewn. I have 1 clip-ins, 2 clip-ins, 3 clip-ins, and then 4 clip-ins. These clip-ins are for a client and she has bleach blonde hair and really fine straight hair, and so now she's just going to have her stylist tone them for her and she's going to be ready to go. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more hair tutorials, more tips and tricks, and more about me. Leave a comment below if this was helpful to you or if you have another way to do clip-ins that are flat and seamless. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.